Well, let's just do this, my friends. How are you today? Welcome to 15-Minute Free Thinking Podcast with me, your host, Carpo. And today I'm going to be talking about a slightly controversial topic, which is fake-ass gurus on YouTube and Instagram, and just how ridiculous they are. And, I want to start off with a little bit of a preamble, but I promise that I will give you a little bit of entertainment as best I can as a YouTuber who doesn't do these things for clicks or views. I don't do it to sell merch or ads. I feel awkward even selling my own merch, my handmade tie-dyes that I made myself, worried that, are they going to fade? I care about people and I'm concerned about products that I sell. And when I turn around and I see these guys who put on this image, this illusion that they're really ultra wealthy because they learned all these secrets and they'll sell them to you in a course for only $500 or $2,000, and they'll teach you how to become a millionaire and get 20% return per week on your investment. People who are obviously out to defraud others, and the internet has made it so much easier. So I'm going to talk about that. I want to say that about 10 years ago, when I was first, in my early days on YouTube, I made quite a few videos exposing fake gurus. And that's something that I've always enjoyed doing. And I want to tell you why I think it's important. Because anytime a person is trying to defraud another human being, and you can tell that this person is completely full of shit and refuses to answer questions. Even you give people the benefit of the doubt. They might even believe what they're saying. Maybe they're delusional. But often people really will basically say anything, to get views and clicks and money when they get to the point where that's all that matters to them. And it's an interesting process to watch a person go from being a normal human being to lying their ass off to their viewers and treating people like shit and flexing with a bunch of cash in their hand. So I'm already getting off track. This podcast might be a little longer than usual, or maybe not. I want to start off first by saying, if you're new to the channel, visit me on I have Carpo Craft Guitars, which is my Instagram where I share my woodworking and stuff. I also have the 15-Minute Free Thinking Podcast, which you may be listening to as a podcast, or you may be watching as a video. And that all depends on whether or not you are seeing this on YouTube. And not all of these are available as a video version. And some of them are only for patrons on Patreon, which is also Carpo719. And this particular podcast will be going on my Carpo's Complaints channel, because I know that it's obviously offensive to people who are fanboys of some of these guys. There are some really good guru exposers, and I want to start off with that before I go any further. And I want to tell you why I'm making this video/podcast. First off, the types of fake gurus, so you know where I'm coming from. When I used to make videos exposing gurus, it was usually spiritual frauds. So the first one is religious and spiritual frauds. These could be people claiming to talk to God or, have these special teachings or healing abilities. Look, I bought into a lot of it in the past, or at least, let's just say I gave it credibility. I thought, okay, I understand maybe some of this is real and I want to learn these things too. Then you learn that Reiki is only 100 years old. You start finding out more about crystals. You understand more about what spirituality means as a term or religion, and you realize, oh shit, lots of people get duped. And there are plenty of people out there who believe what they're selling and saying, and others who know that they're complete snake oil salesmen and they don't care. And so the types, to get through these, the types of fake gurus. There are the religious and spiritual gurus. There are the financial and wealth advisors, the bookies, the ones that tell you how to bet on races, the ones who want to sell you a course on how to get you rich in the stock market. These have exploded over the last few years. And thank God there are some great people exposing these assholes. Then there's the third one is the health and diet fads. And you'll notice that they're always trying to sell you some sort of a protein powder or health, food at the end, which may or may not even be beneficial. I've fallen for a lot of this shit too. Fad diets. I don't do diets, but as far as like, oh, a new herb that was discovered, and oh, this one's great for you and it's good for memory. Sure. The only ones I've really found useful are kratom and mushroom extracts, like, lion's mane and reishi. A lot of the stuff that you buy on the market, there was a test done. A lot of these herbs sold are placebo because there's none of the active ingredient even in there. It's a horribly regulated market, but won't get into that. It's taking me too long to get through the types of gurus. The final one is the political / commentary / world issues experts who want to tell you not just what's going on in the world, but how to feel about it, which side you should take, whether or not the US should do this or another country should do that. And these are, the way they make their money is usually through ad revenue and rage bait, which is, getting people to click because it says, World War III is imminent, that kind of shit. So the guru exposers, I wanted to go through 3 reasons why people, I think, take the time, and I want to give you a few of these channels because I can't remember the actual channels. I think there's Connor something. There's a fruit fly in here flying around me. There are quite a few of these people exposing frauds on YouTube, and that has also grown. But they usually expose the financial and wealth gurus. There's not a lot of people exposing the other gurus, which I still want to do. Let me just say, I had an interaction with a guy who was selling what they call scalar energy healing several years back. His name is Tom Palladino. And I found his website and found him through YouTube, and I thought, this is bullshit. I want to know more about this. I think it was an email I got, maybe from him, some spam email, but I emailed back and started talking with the guy personally and said, oh, wow, I'm curious. How does this work? Here's what he says. You send him a picture of yourself. He puts it on a machine that he created based on Tesla, of course, because you just use the word Tesla and quantum and you're good to go. Puts it on there and he sets intentions, and it will not only heal you of any illness, including herpes, AIDS, whatever else, but also it will, I remember this, it'll literally assemble 186 nutrients in your body and destroy anything that's pathogenic. So I asked him in an email how this works, and once I got down to the nitty-gritty, he cut me off. And so I continuously, years later, still go to every one of his videos and say, hey, how does this work? Because it's not me being angry at him so much as trying to save any other human being from spending money on something so pathetic and silly and ridiculous. And here's a guy who may even believe what he's saying. I can't tell. And that's the thing. Some of these fake gurus are sociopaths. Some of them are psychopaths. And some of them are, just people who get caught up in actually believing what they're saying. So, the types of guru exposers, as I said, are either A, the people who have been scammed themselves by a guru. And this also includes people who are atheists on YouTube. There are a few atheist channels that, I don't want to name any specific channels because I feel like that just kind of degrades my message. I want to just say there are a lot of people exposing religion because they themselves were raised religious and realized they were lied to, or at least believed they were lied to in their minds. I don't know, because I'm not making an assessment on what's true or whether God exists. That's not my issue. So either people who have been fooled themselves, and that lights a fire under your ass to talk shit, and that's good. Or B, people who have knowledge on a particular topic that others don't. This example of this would be a doctor who exposes fake doctors on YouTube, or a scientist who exposes fake shit like quantum fluctuating, energy grid, Merkaba / whatever bullshit coined term you want to use. I have a whole list of these terms to watch out for. And I was more into this in the past, exposing fake gurus in the spiritual community, because it was important. But then I realized that people don't care. They want to be lied to. A lot of people really don't want to be told the truth, in the sense that I know the truth is fluid and we're always learning, but if you say to someone, hey, this person is lying to you, they're more likely to defend that person because they take it personal that you don't agree with what they believe. And that's difficult when you're really trying to help people. So that's kind of why I gave up on it. And the third type, so that, the three reasons that I came up with, the main reasons why people are guru exposers, are the ones who got scammed, have knowledge on a topic, or number three, just want clicks. And there are a segment of people who are just doing it because it's popular and they can talk about somebody they know nothing about and a topic they know nothing about to get clicks and views. But as long as they do their due diligence and they do research and they actually look into the topic, I have no problem with that either. And so a lot of these YouTubers have really come up over the last few years exposing just these bullshit wannabe gurus. And even though religious people can be pretty bad, and many of the health and diet fitness guys that jump up there, hey everybody, yeah, we're gonna get buff today, all you gotta do is buy this product in the corner. You know how that works. And then there's the political commentaries where they want to get you mad about war, or mad about no war, or mad about guns, or mad about no guns. And then there are the financial ones, and these are the cream of the crop. These are the guys who sit behind a desk with a whole bunch of expensive shit, and talk about how they're going to get rich with their sunglasses on. There's a few specific ones. I'm going to try not to give names, but there's some that are so absurd. People like sitting on Ferraris and posing with girls all around them and just basically flexing, heavy flexing. And then you find out the saddest thing is that a lot of these guys don't really have any money at all. Or if they do, it's not nearly the amount they're claiming. You find out that those cars are leased, that those houses are rented. And when some of these guru exposers, like, they really dig deep, they go into financial records and public records and find out how much the person's actually worth, and you find out a person's basically in debt, but they're claiming to be a trillionaire or something. I don't know what to think about that. It's like, I feel bad for them. It's a mental health issue. And I wonder if people really believe it, or if they're really just putting on an act, to convince others. I think that some people have convinced themselves and that they can't let go of this image they have of themselves. Lying is easy. It's too fucking easy to lie. It always has been. I mean, people will believe anything because people don't expect people to blatantly lie about their lives. They're starting to. But unfortunately, people don't do any research into who other people are or the claims that they make. They just believe them because they see them. I don't really have any bones to pick with any specific gurus, only because I've never been ripped off myself. Not in that way. Because I'm smarter than that, but it doesn't mean that I couldn't have been. I'll tell you, I'll be honest, many years ago, back in like 98, I got an email from a guy who claimed to be a prince in Nigeria that needed help. Hey, believe me, I didn't fall for it, but I at first emailed back and thought, why is this guy emailing me? Even though it was horrible, as a human, I want to believe other people really need help and that they're not going to fool someone like that. I couldn't believe that I'd actually bought into that for a bit. But then I joined a trolling campaign, or what they would call is I think it was a baiting website where you enter your email and then they send that out and send it to all the places where people will email you trying to scam you, and then you can play with the scammers and waste their time. And I did that to a bunch of scammers, said, oh yeah, I'm going to send you $500 and just kind of hold them off. And we've all been lied to, but people really don't do enough research. They just don't. So I guess the point there for the intro was basically just to say thank you to the people who do expose these gurus and take the time to do all that research. I don't do that. I'm the guy who just makes the once through, one time video. I don't do any editing. I like to speak from the heart, but even then I have a ton of notes laid out in front of me. It's not like I'm speaking blindly. I've done my research, and over the years I've seen enough of this bullshit to where it has to be spoke about. So the number one thing, and the first and easiest way to spot one of these fake-ass gurus in any of the categories, is that they always want to silence their critics. They will do copyright strikes against people who use their content to talk about them. They will make videos calling out other people who have made videos about them, but not in some respectful way of answering questions, but rather, oh, this guy just has a little wang, and just complaining about stupid shit because their butt hurt. Because, as I said, some of these people who put on these acts are some of the most insecure folks that you will ever meet. And it's sad. It really is. There's a guy named Mr. Organic with a K. I've never heard of this guy until yesterday when I was doing research for this podcast. And some guy made a video about him. I can't remember the guy's name right now, Austin McConnell or something like that. But the guy came back with all this shit. Like, he was holding all these, like, designer purses while he was saying, yeah, we don't care what no white boy thinks. And, you know, like, okay, basically calling the guy racist for calling him out. Just the most absurd claims that the guy was making. And you could just see this guy had made several videos talking shit about this small, this guy who, supposedly, if you're a billionaire, why do you care what some YouTuber says about you? And you'll find that these people just get so upset about anyone who talks bad about them. And there's a reason for that. Because if you get called out as a fake guru, you have to prove that what a person's saying in their coherency is not correct. There are people who will make legitimate YouTube videos where they'll provide documents, evidence, and say, look, this person's not what he says he is. Then the person comes back and says, yeah, well, fuck you, you're just an asshole, fuck you. Never disputing the claims made. And that just should tell people everything they need to hear. But it's all about the money to a lot of these folks, and they lie to their viewers. They belittle their own viewers. They flex on their viewers, laying on Lamborghinis, holding a bunch of money, women in hot tubs. I thought this shit would go away by now. I thought we'd live in a world where we weren't so concerned about our image and our wealth. Because honestly, I have found that people with money are so insecure that they have to prove they have money. Why? It just doesn't make sense. The guy that I was talking about who exposed this guy, it was Spencer Cornella. I had it in my notes here. Just couldn't find it. And he's hilarious. He's got some pretty funny videos. He just kind of has this nonchalant, just whatever attitude. And when people tear into him and like retort, he just hits them back twice as bad. Because he's intelligent, coherent, and functional, and he does his own research. These other people, a lot of them are very, very uneducated people. And I'm talking about a lot of these supposed financial gurus, spiritual gurus. They can't spell right. They have horrible, look, I'm not dissing somebody who doesn't have good writing skills or English skills, but it should really tell you something when a person's willing to even, sell you this course and their whole website is like full of misspellings, and it just reeks of scam. No proofreading, nobody. And today, anybody can do something flashy. I sit here behind my camera and my crappy little voice recorder, and I make my podcast. And it probably contains a lot more info a lot of the time than some of the people who do jump cuts and have all this great, phenomenal editing. They ended up really not saying anything through the whole goddamn video. And honestly, that's what I'm talking about with these gurus. They don't really give you answers. They just give you more questions and pretend they know what they're talking about. So, I think, as I said, a lot of these people, if you call them out, they will call you something about you're either a racist or a hater, or you're gay, or you're just poor, or you got a little dick, because they just can't handle the criticism. And on a side note, have you ever heard of the Island Boys? These two moronic idiots with tattoos all over their faces that can't rap for shit, can't speak for shit, and want to sell you NFTs? Well, that's another aspect of this. And what frustrates me is that these people who claim to be experts at everything, people who have fame, people trust them. This is like the same as it's always been. as movie stars would do commercials and for various car dealerships, or they do commercials for candy bars, whatever it may be, you know that actor doesn't actually use that product or eat that food, but they say they do, and it sells. And this has never changed. Now we have influencers, which aren't people who have even achieved anything, but rather people who just happen to be famous. Even a person who became famous through doing something stupid and moronic, they still have clout because they have followers. Therefore, a brand will use them and pay them to endorse that product. I mean, look at Raycon earbuds. How many YouTubers have you heard talking about Raycon earbuds if you watch YouTube? It's a shitty product. They're made with inferior, it's just, these companies are willing to pay exorbitant amounts to various YouTubers, Instagram stars, just to promote their product. And these people are considered gurus in some way, shape, or form. As I'm talking about the the Island Boys, why do so many rappers have Lil in their name? Lil Uzi, Lil Pump, Lil Xan, Lil Kim back in the day. Some of these people make music. But like I said, some of them are famous these days. A lot of these rappers, not for making any real good rap. When people talk about them, for example, they're talking about some controversy or some product they're selling or what NFT or crypto that they're promoting, but not a song that they came out with that was amazing and changed the world. Seems like it used to be about the music, and now it's about fame for fame's sake, just like the Kardashians, just garbage. So we have these influencers wearing, their Gucci face masks and, selling you the fact that they have all these Prada product. Yeah, that's a good connection there. And honestly, they don't care about the product. They care about the promotion and the money that they're getting from talking about the product. One disgusting angle to this is online casinos. They're the worst. They are promoting gambling to people with crypto wallets, which can be young kids, but mostly it doesn't matter what age you are. They're buying into people's addiction by pretending like they're actually going to win something on an online gambling forum here. And it's fucked up because some of these promoters, from what I understand, some of these top-rate Twitch streamers get $10 million per year. I heard one guy was getting $2 million a month to do a 35-minute stream of him gambling like once a week or something. We're talking huge numbers. And it's hard for a person to turn down a life's worth of money, it's hard to blame them. I mean, all you have to do is gamble for a while and you get $2 million? Sure, why not? But what is your price? What does it take for you to sell out, I guess, is the question. And so it's sad because so many young people trust these people. It's like flexing is so outdated. Showing your money off is so just tacky. It's always been tacky. And now with the NFTs and the crypto scams, we have these guys out there who people trust doing the rug pull, which is basically creating this, hubbub around some NFT group. And then basically, once everybody's invested, just pulling out the rug and leaving everybody high and dry. People have been doing this consistently for years with the pyramid schemes. The same thing. It's a fucking pyramid scheme. And people still fall for this. And that pyramid schemes fall perfectly in line with a lot of these influencers. They want to introduce you to MLM, multi-level marketing. It's a fucking pyramid scheme. It's a scam. And, like I said, a lot of these people can't take criticism. They will sue folks. I think that some of the more you have to hide and the more you have to lie about, these are the people who file the most lawsuits. These are the people who hold up the courts with frivolous bullshit because they have the money to sue someone else over basically just telling the truth about this person. And so, the First Amendment doesn't seem to apply when others have billions of dollars. They're able to shut others down in one way or another. Or let's just say one person talks bad about one of these gurus. Let's say I talk shit about Mr. Organic, as I did, and then somebody, and this is a dude who is just so fake. I mean, I only saw a little bit of him, but he's walking around in like this robe. He carries like this gold staff with a big lion's head on it, and he talks about how he's the biggest badass, but apparently he's just broke as shit, at least to what he said, or he was. And then now that people believe that he's wealthy, then of course he's going to gain wealth through his notoriety. There's the irony right here, is that's what I mean, fame for fame's sake. You start out with nothing, you pretend like you're rich, and then you get rich. And that's fine, but these people have no sense of self. It's all about getting that praise and notoriety, which fascinates me because I know we all want recognition in our lives. We all want to have people recognize us for our achievements. But some people take it way too far. And once they start getting called out, they start doing charity programs. And often these are just bullshit, guises to make them look good. So anyway, it's very low effort. Much of the TikTok, these experts, these gurus on TikTok are some of the worst because it's very low effort. And a lot of it is scams. And so people want to say, are you successful? Don't you want to be this or be that or be happy or live in eternity, in heaven, whatever it may be. Remember that success is integrity, not wealth. Health is wealth. Integrity means integration into the world. So, it gets pretty bad. It gets into faking mental illnesses and claiming to be able to help people and having these programs where you claim that you're a good psychologist and all they have to do is just take your advice and they'll be happier. And so if you call these people out, they call you haters or you're jealous. So are they sociopaths or Munchausen syndrome here, which is what I'm going to get into in my next podcast. And Munchausen's is the belief that you're sick when you're not. And I believe that TikTok is causing a lot of these problems. My next podcast is going to be about self-diagnosis and the problems of mental health. So thanks for listening. Make sure to visit me on my other channels. I'll try to put the info in my description here. And like I said, I'm not very good at organizing myself and presenting a whole bunch of, fanatical merch to sell, or I can't even organize my words right half the time. But since I don't edit anything out, sometimes I just mumble and ramble. So thank you for listening. If you made it this far, be sure to, I guess you can't hit like unless it's on the YouTube version, but do so if it's on YouTube. It really helps the channel, and thank you. And if you want more access to more of the controversial videos that I have, a lot of them are unlisted, so I only have links to them on my Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you can join Patreon and have access to all that as well. And I appreciate all of you who are my patrons. Peace and love, and I'll talk to you all next time. Be well.